Well, Mike, it's a pretty exciting time for you coming up to Ascot. You've got Shea. Shea is on the brink of being one of the most exciting sprinters the world has seen for a while.
Yeah, it's an exciting horse. The way he won in Dubai, one had to get excited about it. He ran a very quick time. But I think this is a whole new ball game, yeah. So, listen, looking forward to it.
Let's go back to Dubai. He really hit the ground running there. He set a track record. Did that surprise you, or did you?
Yeah, look, he was showing us he had it in him. He's a horse that likes it pretty firm. You see when he runs, he's a galloper. He gets off the ground. So he likes it fast and firm. And he was relishing in Dubai. He was enjoying the conditions.
The old Quaz, he really made his mark that night, and he came out and broke his own track record again. Just must have excited you. Yeah,
and what you'd think after he won the Al Quaz, how much better could you get the horse? He didn't seem like he had improved massively in work, but you knew he was happy. But I think he's one of those horses. He's a very strong horse, but I think on race day he gives it to you.
He beat a pretty handy field that night too.
He did.
And that took him to 18 starts and 10 wins. It sort of stamps him as a horse of some class.
Yeah, I think he's one of those horses too that wants to win. He's when he's right, he's really he's a tough horse to beat. But I think he's a horse when he's wrong, you'll know it. He shows you.
Well, no one knows how to travel a horse around the world better than you do. You've brought him now from Dubai back over here. Firstly, how did he travel over and how's he settled?
Travelled very, very well. No issues there with the travelling. Obviously, the training has been a bit different in that we don't have a circular track, which he's a little better on because he relaxes around the turns. Whereas here, he sees that long straight ahead of him. He just wants to get mobile. So he hasn't been straightforward or easier. We've had to use the treadmill a lot more than we did in Dubai with him. You've got to get used to the undulations, all that type of thing. So there are a lot of physiological changes that these horses actually go through when they do travel and start training on different training tracks. So a lot's got to go right for us for things to happen.
You've opted for the King's Stand over the 5 furlongs, and he's a pretty short price favourite. Does that put a lot of pressure on you?
Listen, we're putting pressure on ourselves anyway. We go there and we want to perform. We want to please. So whether he was 20 to 1 or 5 to 2, for me personally, it doesn't make any difference because I feel the same pressure really.
The Ascot track probably it's probably a tricky sort of 5 furlong, isn't it? Quite undulating. Do you think that's going to affect him?
I think the fact that it's a tough 5 furlongs will suit him because he's a horse that's won up to 7. He's won at 6 furlong level, group level. So it's not going to be a problem. And he's a horse that likes to run at horses. So my gut feel is it'll suit him.
Is the draw going to play a big part for him, do you think, in that race?
I really don't know what goes on with the draw at Ascot. I'm a complete novice to that. I'm told there's one side of the track that suits the other and whatever, but to be honest with you, I've got no idea yet. We'd have to see what plays out on the day.
All the information coming out of Ascot at the moment is that they're putting a lot of water on the track. It's going to be quite fast ground. Is that probably the best conditions for him?
Well, I think we'd want it fast and firm. It's what he's used to. It's what we know he's good on. If it starts softening up, I've got no idea what he's going to do. Just looking at him and his action, the way he gallops, I think he wants to be above the ground. He wants to keep. He don't want to go in too deep.
Looking ahead to the field, who have you got the greatest respect for?
Listen, at the end of the day, you respect them all. I think everyone's going there, running, having their horses in the best condition possible. Everyone wants to win. There's only going to be one winner, so I respect everybody that I run against.
You've been lucky enough, or well managed enough to win all over the world now, but Ascot's one that's eluded you. What would it mean to you to have a winner at Royal Ascot?
We've never. It's been a tough meeting to target because of the time of the year when the horses coming out of Dubai and all the time. But it's something that it's a race meeting that I've enjoyed attending. I've had a couple of runners there, one place. It's been a goal. It's been an ambition. It's an ambition to run at any big meeting, and if it happens, it happens. It's fantastic for us to be the #1 competing with a South African bred horse. It's not only for us, for Brian and Myron and the whole of South Africa and our team. It's a special moment for us.
Looking ahead then behind Ascot, if you can look that far, what does the future hold for Shea in the short to medium term, do you think?
Well, we've got to have a go at the July Cup, I think. Probably there's a big race here in September. Can't think of it now. The Haydock Sprint or something like that. There's the Abbey in France. One can look at as well. There's a number of options, provided he stays sound and wants to win.
Is Hong Kong and possibly Australia further afield an option, maybe down the track for this guy?
I don't know about Australia, but certainly Hong Kong in December. If we can keep him going that long, you know, there's going to be a point where we're going to have to say he needs a bit of a spell. So, you know, a lot depends on how he trains and how he comes out of all the racing.